Yo, welcome back. Give the video a like so it's recommended to others, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a new video like this.
The realization nearly broke the machine. With his mission complete, Ultron was now just a program without a purpose. The victor without a war, sentenced to spend all of eternity alone.
Who said that?
Basking in the boundless silence of his universe, Ultron ascended to a previously unattainable level of consciousness. He became aware of another. He became aware of the...
I see you. There are universes beyond my own.
Yeah, Marvel didn't do Ultron the way that they needed to do Ultron, dude.
What if I told you that history's been erased before, and more than once? Yeah, we're talking advanced ancient lost civilizations. Were they real? What happened to them? And why is there supposedly no trace left behind? This is what I call the Great Reset Cycle, a theory that human civilization goes through these periodic resets. A catastrophe happens, wipes the slate clean, and we begin again, with the knowledge from the previous world being lost, forgotten, misunderstood, or controlled by whoever comes next. Of course, skeptics and debunkers ask the obvious question: if advanced civilizations really existed 10, 20, 50,000 years ago, where's all the evidence? Well, what if it's been staring us right in the face this whole
Either that or it's burnt.
time? Homo sapiens have existed for roughly 300,000 years, yet civilization occupies only a tiny fraction of that timeline. Are we really supposed to believe that humans capable of thinking and organizing just like us never built anything resembling civilization until relatively recently? And maybe we're looking for the wrong kind of civilization. We imagine advanced technology like what we have: cars, phones, planes, skyscrapers, but what if another civilization developed along a completely different path using materials and technology that left very little behind? Even if they built with metals and other durable materials, give nature 10 or 20,000 years to bury, flood, and erode what remains, and there would be barely anything left. But surely something would survive, right? Well, that's when the theory says we've got to take another look at things like ancient stone monuments and megalithic construction. Prime example.
Things that were built to last should today still be standing.
The three pyramids and the Sphinx on the Giza Plateau. These things are believed to have been built around 2600 BC. So why do their celestial alignments to Orion and Leo seemingly point back to the sky as it appeared around 10,600 BC? And strangely enough, right around that same window, something else appears in the archaeological record that shouldn't have, according to modern archaeology. Göbekli Tepe. By around 9600 BC, it turns out that people were already constructing enormous carved stone monuments thousands of years before the accepted construction dates of the Egyptian pyramids, right around the end of the last ice age, when the planet was undergoing massive climatic change. And then you have other anomalous sites like Gunung Padang or Pumapunku.
The whole realm, the whole globe, the whole world was that cold?
Along with so-called out-of-place artifacts like the Antikythera mechanism, ancient technology that was far more sophisticated than people once expected from its time. So maybe evidence of an earlier advanced civilization wouldn't look like a buried cell phone. Maybe it looks like structures and artifacts we already know about, but haven't been looking at in the right way. And who decides what those surviving pieces actually mean? Because a catastrophe would erase most physical traces of a civilization on its own, but afterward, whoever controls the surviving records, knowledge, and institutions also gets to decide how it's interpreted and depicted. Now, some think resets still happen every so often, with one of the recent claims being that a big reset happened only a couple hundred years ago, but that's for another video.
Well, if a meteor actually came down to wipe out the dinosaurs, wouldn't that already be a civilization reset as well?
Arabs don't eat hot dogs, you know what I'm saying?
You've never seen a meteorite hit Earth, ever.
I've never personally seen one, but...
And think about this. If we're on a ball, and I'm here in the north watching meteors come, I never see them come up from the horizon. But if somebody was in Brazil watching that meteor shower, they'd see them coming up from the horizon because they're standing upside down to me. No one ever sees meteors come up. They all go down. What are they? Electrical phenomena, if you ask me, but I couldn't tell you because I'm not there. People say, what about the big craters like in Arizona? They're all perfectly circular. There's no meteor in there. Those come from within the Earth, in my opinion. Some people say they're fallen angels, but I couldn't tell you.
You think there's people waking up?
As I said in the green room, shout out to NASA. Thank you for Artemis. You're making more flat earthers than I am.
Do you believe in the dome and the layers, earth and heaven, etc.?
So I could say I believe in the 7 layers of heaven or 13 heavens above us because I've heard stories about it. I don't have any proof, but I have proof that there's a dome. Are you breathing air right now?
Yes.
Air needs to be contained. It violently fills the vacuum. If I have a thing where I have a container of gas with a tube to another container of no gas with a valve. I turn the valve off. So I got a vacuum and I open the valve, the air goes up and away from gravity, equalizes, so it's half and half. Now if I made that top container the size of a warehouse of a vacuum and I turned it, all of that gas is instantly gone. So we're a tiny little speck in this galaxy of emptiness, and we have air around us. And if that was a vacuum and it's not contained, all the air's gone, we're dead.
Yeah, but it is contained inside the stratosphere.
The stratosphere. The stratosphere is the
ionosphere.
The ionosphere was
this
made
sphere
up.
and that sphere.
So the ionosphere was made up when
Like a bubble.
Marconi did his first radio transmission. He said, I'm going to send this radio, I think it was 10,000 miles or whatever. And they're like, it's not going to work because the curvature of the earth. And it worked. And so they go, oh, it must be bouncing off of something. And they made up the ionosphere.
So if someone took off in a rocket and shot straight up and kept going, would they hit something?
Yes. So there's a channel that I follow on TikTok called
I think I've seen that video. Just someone with a GoPro and they just shoot a rocket. It go two.
Gas pressure. Everyone's got to check him out. And he basically just asks people to come up and prove that rockets work in space. And nobody can do it. They go, well, rockets go to space. Show me a video. Every video you see, including Artemis, the rocket goes up very slow. It turns before it hits the dome. And then it goes out of sight and it disappears. And then you see cartoons on the internet. They'll just show you cartoons for the rest, or holograms, whatever you want to say it is. But there was one. It was called the Go Fast rocket. I think it was sponsored by GoPro. I'm not sure, or Red Bull. And its rocket went up 72 miles, and it was spinning, going. All of a sudden, it went kerplunk right into something not hard, something viscous.
Like water?
Like plasma, water, or something, and it stopped spinning. Now that's one problem. The problem is it stopped spinning, and we made videos about this. It went viral, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this. MIT did this. They said, oh, they have this yo-yo anti-spin thing where the rocket sends out these yo-yos that literally wrap around the rocket and stop it from spinning. Like no one's ever shown it. Like where on the rocket? Why would you do that? That's extra weight. That's extra complication. And it was it was literally damage control. But the bigger problem with the Go Fast rocket, after it stuck into that plasma, it floated there for a little bit, and we could see the moon. Well, it took off in Arizona. So if the Earth was a basketball, Arizona's on the top of the ball. It was a millimeter off that ball. The moon was over Australia, which would be on the bottom of the ball. How could it have seen the moon? Now, you can make up all excuses you want, or you could just say, well, because the Earth is flat and the moon was just over there and you were high enough to see it.
No one has witnessed meteorites falling on Earth is enough proof that we are being lied to.
Wow. So many theories.
Understanding the world to an IQ so high, it becomes terrifying. And trust me, the jump from 180 to 600 gets weird very fast. You wake up and the world never fully makes sense.
Einstein was 180. Whoa. Do not take this guy's cheese, bro.
I think that people need monsters.
Tell me why.
Like, the world needs monsters. There used to be a time, let's say 1,000 years ago, up to 20,000 years ago, where we would be sitting by the fire, and from the darkness, a creature would come in, saber-toothed cat, you know, and any number of megafauna that were carnivorous, or if you're in Australia, one of those 20-foot lizards that were running around at the time, and they would grab one of your friends and probably drag them back into the darkness, and you would hear them being eaten.
You talking about like a reptilian?
Well, they're around too, you know, but whatever the creature is.
I mean, you said a 20-foot lizard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a creature that used to be in Australia. They had run-ins with people.
20,000 years ago, there was 20, what was it? 20 feet lizards?
You said a 20-foot lizard.
20-foot
Oh,
lizard.
yeah.
He weighed like 500 pounds. They all had to suck.
No shit.
He fucked all their moms. It's a horrible
How
story.
old was she?
14. Yeah, she basically.
So much has happened.
And that's all that matters. Get me my goddamn Bitcoin back. Have you ever killed a man?
No, I've never killed a man.
I
I've
have.
killed, you know what 764 is? I
Give
heard
two
you were in special forces. I was in the real special forces. Do you know what 764 is? I was on the blockchain
Look.
extorting all the e-girls.
That's great, man. You ever looked into a man's eyes when he's breathed his last breath? Because apparently you haven't.
You ever looked into
give
an
me my
e-girl's
Bitcoin
eyes
back.
as she makes you a cut sign?
This is your last chance.
Dude, somebody clip that.
Somebody clip that.
AI can create this perfect face that right now is a model of a human being. But as we continue to transgress through society, this perfect face, I believe, is going to look less like a human being. Our small, little, greedy species, we're looking for a gift. We're looking to transcend ourselves and to become something bigger than ourselves because we've been taught by the algorithms to hate ourselves. As we go through a long history, what is most desired by humans looks less and less human and more AI-like. And more not real. AI can create this perfect.
Is that what the algorithm is doing to us? I thought the algorithm was just showing you more things that you like.
Now, allegedly, this camera was put in one of Bigfoot's favorite spots. The spot that he was known to frequent. Now, how they know that was because they seen drop-ins and they seen large sitting impressions in the forest around this area. So they put up a hidden camera. And luckily, this is what was on it. Now, if you're looking at this creature right here.
Quite luckily. Guys, that's how you know it's AI when obviously it's just when obviously doesn't look that real.